Hey, this is the radio guy, Mike Prince. As promised, we are delivering. We got a special guest line lined up for you guys on today, but we want to remind you that you can follow us on our social media at Open Mic Broadcast Network for the YouTube channel, and for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It is all the Mike Prince Show. As delivered, and as promised, I'm going to deliver a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to present to some brother Reggie Flood. He is the anchor of the Jaguar Journal. How you doing today, my man?
You know what time it is. Jaguar Journal. I'm Reggie Flood. Man. Yeah. Mike, it's good to be with you, man. You know, having a good time. Excited. A big game coming up this week.
A huge game coming up this week, man. And we might as well dive right into this thing. When you look at it on paper, it is actually a strength against strength and weakness against weakness, if you allow me to say that. The strength of Prairie View, of course, is their offense. They're the number 2 offense when it comes to scoring in the conference, going up against the number 2 defense in the conference, that of the Jag Nation. And quite honestly, Jag Nation is number 3 in scoring in offense, while the Panthers are number 8 in scoring in defense. Just looking at that off the bat, man, how are you sizing this week's matchup?
Well, I think this is one of those matchups where, like you said, it's strength on strength and some weaknesses against some weaknesses. I think Prairie View may have a weakness. Has strength advantage on special teams. I think defensive Southern has the advantage. Offensive, I think Prairie View is a more polished offense than Southern. I think with the veterans, your quarterback is a fifth-year senior, Dewanye Tucker coming in as a senior running back. The athletes that you guys have on the outside playing receiver. I think Prairie View is a little bit more polished on the offensive side, but Southern's defense, in particular its front seven, seems to be pulling it together. They've had some really good games early in the season. The offense struggled to put points on the board. It kept the defense on the field for a long period of time, but that front seven of Southern is really stout. So it's one of those it's one of those games where you expect a lot. You know, they say styles make fights. I think styles make great football games, too.
Well, when I speak of styles, I think of Prairie View more as a finesse, Floyd Mayweather type boxer. He has the ability to knock you out, but he'd rather outscore you and kind of keep moving throughout the course of the fight. And where I look at Southern as a Mike Tyson, I'm going to roll you over. And if I get my shot, I'm going for the knockout every time. So when you look at these contrasting approaches to the game, if you're Prairie View, how do you stop Southern?
I think Southern is containing Ladarius Skelton. I believe if for Prairie View on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to have to contain Ladarius Skelton, contain the run game. As Southern's run game goes, and that's the way Southern's going to go. In terms of boxing terminology, I would compare Southern more to an Evander Holyfield type. They're going to adjust to whatever you do. If you want to get in and brawl, Southern will get in there and brawl. If you want to get out there and play a little finesse, Southern can play a little finesse ball too. But they're going to adapt to whatever the opposing team, and then they're going to try to impose their will. So that's the way I look at it. But I think for Prairie View on the defensive side, like it's going this season, putting some clamps on Ladarius Skelton will go a long way in changing Southern's offensive plan.
And if you're Southern, how do you attack Prairie View?
Stop the run first. Dewanye Tucker. Stop the run first.
Dewanye Tucker coming off a huge game, 263 yards against Grambling State. And it's no secret now about the little 5-second video clip. We're representing the West. Southern, you're next. Give me your personal take on that, Brother Flood.
Well, I think they kind of poked the bear, but I think, the chop wood, carry water mentality, it kind of takes over for Southern. So I think they saw it, but they just kept moving. I think it had more of an effect on the fan base than it had on the players. But, fans will be fans. And, of course, it doesn't take much to get them excited. A young man excited after having a really big game. But I think it was one of those opportunities well, a learning opportunity that Coach Odom's used for his team. That sometimes when you get excited after a big game, be careful what you do and say. But in terms of the players, I don't think they paid much attention to it. In terms of the fan base, they got a little excited about it early on, but I think even the fan base has kind of gotten over it now, and they're kind of looking at it like this is the big game and this is the next step to where we want to go.
And you know what? To be honest, it does add a little flair and a little excitement to this week's matchup. Note to the rest of the conference, Dewanye Tucker was held to 17 yards last time he faced the Jag Nation defensive front.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the kid was poking the bear to the point of like, I'm a bad boy and I'm coming at y'all next. I think he was caught up in the emotional win of a big win over Grambling State, knowing the importance of what it is when you're dealing in the West. But none of that is going to matter come 6 o'clock against the Jags from Mumford Stadium. What has the atmosphere been like this week, man?
The buzz is really catching on. You could kind of feel it today, that there's really kind of a little buzz in the air. And I think as we build up the momentum to the end of the week, you'll start to see the Jaguar Nation really kind of get fired up and really want to get involved in what's going on. Baton Rouge is kind of a buzz because of everything that's going on. So, you have a lot of people who are from Baton Rouge who are coming home from the Houston area, who are coming home for this game. You have a lot of people who are at Prairie View who are Louisiana natives. So, it's kind of it's going to be a little, for lack of a better word, it's going to be a thing.
And a thing it shall be. Well, look, Flood,
yeah.
it's always a great treat to get a chance to deal with some of your comrades throughout this circuit. Man, it's not many of us, but we got to stick together and make sure that we hold up the swag banner.
Exactly. We definitely have to do that.
Now, look, I can't let you go, man, without some type of projection on how you think this thing is going to pan out on Saturday.
Well, for me, I don't do predictions, but I'll give you a projection of what I think. I think this is going to be one of those games where the team that establishes itself on the line of scrimmage is going to be the team that wins the game. I give a slight advantage to Southern's front seven in terms of aggressiveness and strength. I don't think we'll see a repeat of last year where it was a 38-0 shutout, but I think we see some scoring early in this game. But I think Southern comes out and is able to contain Prairie View, and I think we see a close ball game coming into the fourth quarter.
A close ball game with your Columbia blue and gold coming out on top, from what I'm hearing, correct?
Yeah, I do. I think Southern wins at home.
Okay, you think Southern wins at home, and that's a good take. But if I got to hold true to my projections from back in July, I don't want anybody to think I'm a fair weather friend or a fair weather fan, I should say, or a fair weather show host. I projected that this game would be a close game. Prairie View is going to ink it out for some strange reason. When these two teams get together, the road team has outplayed the home team these past few times they got around.
Yeah.
So that's the way I'm looking at this. So before we get out of here, man, let people know how they can listen to your work that you're doing for the Jaguar Journal.
They can listen to the Jaguar Journal on Saturday mornings on Talk 107.3 from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Saturday morning in Baton Rouge. And you can get it on the Talk 107.3 app if you're out of town, or you can join us on our Facebook page, the Jaguar Journal.
The Jaguar Journal. He is Reggie Flood, the voice of the Jaguar Journals. I am the radio guy, Mike Prince. It is on and popping. Prairie View and Southern will be doing battle this week from A.W. Mumford Stadium. We're going to give you the play-by-play, blow-by-blow as this thing unfolds. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. And our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.